So this is a question from IIT JEE 2001 that I have chosen for a specific reason that I will get to after we solve this question. Like I said, almost all the questions we take in this channel are those that will help you elsewhere, and we don't just dump random questions for the sake of putting out videos. In this question, we are given an expression that is in terms of cot, where cot alpha 1 times cot alpha 2, so on till cot alpha n is given as 1, and alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n are all angles that lie between 0 and pi by 2. It is nowhere given that these are distinct angles that will come in handy afterwards. So we have to find the maximum value of this expression, that is cos alpha 1, cos alpha 2, and so on until cos alpha n. So let's start doing this. The given expression that we need to find max value is this one, and what we have is in terms of cot. Now the logic behind such questions is that always think in terms of sine. Wherever you have product of trigonometric angles, always think in terms of sine. Why? Because only sine 2 theta is such a formula that explicitly involves product of two terms, that is 2 sine theta cos theta. If you look at cos theta, there will be cos square theta minus 1, or in terms of sine theta it would be 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Tan 2 theta has a completely different formula in terms of 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta. Only sine 2 theta is such an angle or such a trigonometric ratio that will give you product of terms. So whenever you have product of terms, first think in terms of sine. We will just break it into cos alpha upon sine alpha. So this will be cos alpha 1 upon sine alpha 1 and so on till L terms. Now we'll simply take all of these terms here. Then we will multiply both sides by this expression itself. The expression we need to find will multiply it by both sides, and the reason again because then we will get sine alpha cos alpha. We will get an expression in terms of that form. So this side is nothing but what the expression we wanted, the value of it, but this is nothing but its square, and this side is something that we can easily calculate because again we will have it in terms of sine 2 alpha. So simply what we do is, firstly, if you are having trouble understanding it in one go, I have written it in two steps. First, divide it by 2, multiply it by 2. So here you will get sine 2 alpha 1. Similarly, we can do this for all the pairs. So that is why I have written we have n pairs here. So we will have to divide by 2 raised to the power n. So there will be 2 sine alpha 1 cos alpha 1. Similarly, 2 cos alpha 2 sine alpha 2. 2 sine alpha 3 cos alpha 3, and so on till 2 sine alpha n cos alpha n. And it will be 1 upon 2n times this entire thing. Now we have reduced it in terms of sine or in terms of just one trigonometric ratio, and you know that it is easier to find maximum and minimum values when you have only one ratio in mind. Otherwise, if you have sine plus cos, then you have to think a little different. Similarly, when you have cot plus sec or cot plus any other angle, you have to think differently. But here, because it is simply in terms of one ratio, we can simply note that, as I said in the beginning, there is no restriction that these are different angles. These can be the same angles. So what the maximum value of this expression is, what we have reduced the question now, is that we have to find the maximum value of this entire thing. And remember that on the LHS, we have the required expression, but it's square, right? So remember that towards the end. Now these are distinct angles. It's not given. You can take any angle. But the only thing to keep in mind is all these angles lie between 0 to pi by 2. Therefore, multiply by 2, 0 to pi. All these angles will lie 2 alpha 1, 2 alpha 2 up till 2 alpha n. All of these will lie between 0 and pi. And between 0 and pi, sine is always positive. So all these terms, this, all of these n terms are always positive. So simply what it is, the maximum value of every term will be 1. This can be individually 1, this can be 1, this can be 1, so on. All of these terms can be 1. So the maximum value of RHS is nothing but 1 upon 2 raised to the power n, and all these terms are 1. So it's nothing but 1 upon 2 raised to the power n. It can be less than that value, but it can never be more than that value. So LHS is less than 1 upon 2 raised to the power n. So what was LHS? The required expression, but it's square, because we require cos alpha 1, cos alpha 2, and so on till cos alpha n. But because we had multiplied this expression both sides by cos alpha 1, cos alpha 2, so we have the square here. So simply it will be 1 upon 2 raised to the power n by 2. So that is the answer to this question. And as I said, the concept behind this that will help you everywhere else is that whenever you have terms in multiplication, always think in terms of sign. This will help you in other trigonometric questions as well. So if you want to watch more such videos where we strategically take previous year questions or other questions that are built keeping in mind specific concepts that will help you in solving other questions of the type that JEE is expected to ask you, then subscribe to the channel and check out our other videos that we release and that we have already released. Because in addition to solving those questions, the main motto is not to give you a solution but to make you understand the logic or the concept behind it, also while keeping in mind what are these common mistakes that you are most likely to do, especially when considering immense stress that you will face on the actual day of the exam. So for all of those psychological factors as well, you can subscribe to the channel and keep regularly watching our videos. Thank you.